maybe the go-ahead to talk here. The only context I want to give is Skyscraper was played the third most in the OCE Stage 1, so it's not an uncommon map in OCE.
It's not, and you mentioned Lair early. It's not a surprise to see it banned out so early, so I think we've only really seen it maybe once or twice in International Siege so far. But yeah, Skyscraper, as you said, the third most played map during Stage 1. It seems to be a relatively even map for attack and defense. I think it allows for a lot of creativity on that map. In terms of the map pool, it is relatively new because of sort of how long these maps have been in the pool. So yeah, definitely a lot of room for both teams to sort of show something different today.
Yeah, I think this is an exciting map for both teams, partially because ANTIC, when they were Man LFO, beat the old ANTIC roster on this map. Skyscraper, it doesn't make it confusing. ANTIC beat ANTIC on this map.
Wow.
And that old ANTIC roster was a really strong team. So beating them on any map is always a great flag. And you know who else they beat? This same roster of OUTLAST, when they were called 5-Shop, that was actually the map that they played each other in the EWC qualifiers that I said was a 7-5.
Yep.
So that's actually almost like a good sign for OUTLAST, right? They've got 5 rounds off of ANTIC on this map about just under 2 months ago. So what have they done in the off-season since then to work on this map? Hopefully enough to get an actual point out of this game. It's certainly possible.
I think that this has the makings of a great first match for Stage 2. It's not one of those, the ones that everyone looks to as being maybe the beacon of the day, but it's certainly, there's something to it, Vinny. There's some substance to follow. Yeah,
you're on the ball there. I think it might be a little bit of a sleeper game of the day. I think this could be one of the closest ones that we have today. Obviously, the Chiefs game up second, the Gaming Gladiators game up third. That's going to be like the most important for sort of seeing where those teams are at. But yeah, I think this game's going to be really exciting.
Certainly do. Let's see, is this thing on? Is this thing working?
No, over here, Rob. Over here. Oh. Rob.
Hang on.
We're in the CRT. We've been transported back to 1980 where you still had hair.
All right, just take it away when you're ready.
Enough yapping. I think we should just continue on with the show. Rob, can we get into the game? He's gone. I'm just going to take over. Let's just get us in. Apparently straight back to the map, Vito. We are heading to Skyscraper for this opening game. ANTIC and OUTLAST, guys. And we kickstart Stage 2 of Oceania. It's the best league of all the leagues everywhere.
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt.
It is our trademark here in OCE. And genuinely, for the first time in probably 2021, as highlighted by Rob, it's pretty easy to get excited about OCE this stage. So many exciting storylines, so many banging matchups, big rivalries, a lot going on. And we kick things off with, I think will be an okay match. Bit of a curtain raiser. And a bit of Skyscraper on the agenda as well.
No one on the desk, couch, chairs, mentioned the new org curse. It has been a prevalent feature within the Oceanic region for many a year. But is it just null and void when every team is part of a new org? In fact, Circular Sphere is the only one that could maybe circumnavigate said curse.
They are the only orgless team in OCE for this particular stage. All 7 other teams are represented, all of which are switch-ups. So, yeah, maybe we'll see. Obviously, I think CS have quite a bit to prove after Stage 1.
It's like hot real estate. Mate, the houses are going off the market. There's only one left. If you're an org and you want to get into this wonderful league, there is only one team. And we saw the power rankings, actually, and I got to say, you and I had the exact same power rankings, essentially, outside of some of the numerical numbers. And I didn't even look. You didn't even look. It's just synergy. It is what it is. But it did feel like that top 4, bottom 4 that I think Vinny brought up actually on the couch going into this stage. You know, a team like CS, they can certainly challenge to some degree, but they're not going to be dead set favorites. So if you are an org and you want to get a team that's going to, have a good run, make playoffs, cause an upset here or there, they're a great team to look at. We head into this game, though. OUTLAST Gaming, ANTIC, both shields immediately off the board. No surprise. If you have been following the other regions, of course, shield meta, extremely prevalent so far.
Yeah, shields are super strong. New patch tomorrow, so next play day in the following week isn't going to impact them at all either. So expect that to continue. It's pretty rare, but not completely unprecedented to see both shields banned out, but it does mean that other attacking options have now made their way through, the most prevalent probably being the Dokkaebi, who again is going to be nerfed tomorrow. So 2 will actually be the Azami, I believe, as well, with a bit of a damage reduction on those barriers. Valkyrie 2 also taken off the board. So there's not too many massive surprises jumping out, but any big shield mains inside of the lobby, unfortunately, will be pretty hampered but I think both teams will probably be rather happy that they don't have to face them.
Yeah, bringing it back just a little bit here for this particular game and just kind of getting a little prediction from both of us here. Are you going with Antic? Are you going with Outlast? Like, who have you kind of got? Because it's stage 2, but play day 1, and we've got so many new teams. You can't just go and look at stage 1, copy paste, and kind of get the results and be like, okay, this is how we kind of expect it. We can have all of our power rankings. At the end of the day, we don't have a lot of information. So who are you kind of backing in, or are you on the fence here?
Look, I think Outlast deserve credit for making the grand final in the Oceanic Rivals preseason tournament. They did bomb out in that grand final, failed to really be competitive at all, but it's still a valiant effort at that level of play. So I think they go in expecting to gather at least probably 3-4 rounds minimum in this particular match. But Antic should be too good. They're also starting off on defense, and teams traditionally can really struggle here on Skyscraper to open their account on attack. So Antic go in as pretty heavy favorites, probably something along the lines of a 7-3, 7-4. And following on that discussion about Antic starting out on defense, it is actually the tertiary site to kick things off, kitchen and barbecue.
Yeah, interesting that actually. I think typically tea room is going to be where you go. Karaoke, of course. First site, typically on the defense. But what I'm hoping for this stage when it comes to Oceania is that we don't go for like full default. We've got a lot of new teams. I'd love to see a bit of a shake-up also inside of the server. Opening pick, Lunchbox. Losing out to Yentai. Good start for Outlast. They'll get themselves an early advantage on a map where sometimes making those entries can be quite difficult. Tertiary site early up for Antic, and this could already be a bit of a shortfall. Zoto canister to deny, but it is not going to last very long. And that is Geisha going to be opened up, and this is a decent start for Outlast.
Yeah, can't complain too much. We'll see that if they're able to actually transition that into towards meaningful control. Up above, Hunter is contesting, but facing off against that Rappel is quite dangerous, and so he'll be a little bit more conservative for now. Also needs to be mindful of vertical line of sight down below. But good start for Outlast. 2 minutes now to work with, and the advantage. Information being obtained on drones at the moment. So, pardon me, the Grim B launcher as well being utilized by Ned. Maybe trying to flush out this particular position up above, make it a little bit more challenging to contest. Dokkaebi call rains out. Can be countered with the mute on the board. But there has now been this prolonged stall out period, and we'll see if Antic can bite back.
Oh, Yentai has fallen down for Outlast elsewhere on the Dokkaebi. He does still have one Logic Bomb available. Nitrocell, it's going to hit the mark from Jake Kenner. Yentai will lose his life, of course, already was downed, now out. So 4-4. And yeah, that slowdown has been prevalent for Outlast. Stuck on the exterior, but Bailey, maybe just thinking about a sneak push through delivery. Can't hit directly just yet, though. Still with Geisha control, defensively, Antic. They've still got Vert, something that Outlast do need to deal with. And I in towards site safely, shot through the soft wall, relays, gets the headshot onto Jay Kenner, but you still have not cleared drums or Geisha. Only now Ned will make his way back out. Exterior plays the balcony, 14 seconds, Kit has been recovered by ACOG. Can he get them on a peak? Indeed, the peak comes through from Chef Jeff, but he gets himself out of makeup despite the Hive launcher and the pings. He pushes out towards the balcony. Shotgun is strong in hand, and the Kit now needs to be successfully planted by Relays. No help from ACOG. He was on the floor. Relays, though, has no one to help him. That's the round. Antic will get the first.
I'll tell you what, that was very close for comfort from Antic playing retake up above. Both being spotted out by the Grim Bees. Position known. They were able to flush out that Grim outside Geesh, but then unable to deny the plant, leaving it in quite a precarious position for Hunter. But he wins the 1-versus-1.
Love the comment. I need to see Oceania have this almost like stipulated rule where you're allowed to talk in chat. A bit more than maybe some of the other regions. Chef Jeff maybe trying to antagonize by suggesting that his teammate was baiting, but of course, as we know, he was actually down and couldn't help despite the 2v1 nature. 1-0 to Antic, but a strange round. Credit to Outlast, they clearly understood they did need to go back up and clear Drum, clear Geisha. Otherwise, they just weren't going to be able to get into site cleanly. It was a bit scrappy. I thought the early portion of the round was pretty good from OUTLAST. Got a nice early pick. They dealt with makeup, got some pressure in towards Geisha, and then they kind of stalled out and gave ANTIC a chance to get back in the round.
Yeah, I think the cogs began to turn for them, but perhaps a little bit too late. And Skyscraper is a very punishing map if your time management is off. The same can be said about a lot of different maps and objectives, especially on the attacking side of Rainbow Six, where time is often your biggest enemy. But Skyscraper, when you need to go for a top-down clear for a site like Barbecue. Yeah.
Also, tertiary site to win the opening round. That's big. That could
you really can't
now
complain
for ANTIC. Yeah, great start. Now they can go over to Office and Exhibition. Following that will be Tea Room Karaoke. You would think a 3-0 start could be on the cards. Defense Skyscraper. Typically the way we view it as the stronger of the two sides. 3 Nitro Cells in pocket for ANTIC in this round. And once again, we'll go with the Bandit. Lost Lunchbox playing it last round. Lost his life early. Now Hunter has the mantle. Chef Jeff as well on the two-brow with those Soto canisters. Single wall towards makeup, looking in towards drum is going to be electrified. We see the Glaz being brought here by relays. Along with the Ying, the Fuse, a lot of pressure can certainly be mounted in towards site directly.
Yeah, wall left soft as well from ANTIC, so aggressive, and those reinforcements utilized on the extension. And we partly saw that with the mirror set up in through T on the opposing side of the map. But there may be an opportunity for OUTLAST to be a little bit more direct in this particular round, and again, they get the opening pick. So much like the last round, good start, but how quick will the cogs turn in transitioning a little bit slowly as Chef gets a freebie?
Yeah, that is a freebie. Dangerous position to repel in from ACOG. He will get punished. Can't do that at this level. Yeah, the Candelas are thrown in from there, but the Warden's there, and Plant coming through. Bailey in towards Office. That was a head. Yes, you just didn't shoot him, Scars. And a double kill comes through for OUTLAST along with the Plant. Suddenly, it's a post-Plant scenario for Hunter and Lunchbox to try and win this round for ANTIC. Otherwise, one of the more primary sites could certainly be vulnerable.
Well, second layer of smokes makes the retake
shot
tough.
From Bailey.
Bailey's looking sharp.
Ooh.
Much snappier second round from OUTLAST.
That was a really good round. I think so far early days, but just the presence of mind to kind of go quick. They lost ACOG, but they knew some of the positioning then. ANTIC showing presence, middle of site. They wanted to hit site directly. You saw that with the lineup that they brought, and they executed it nicely. Well, we'll get a replay of this particular round. Still, I think that was a bit of a lapse in judgment from ACOG with that repel. But yeah, that was a head you were just kind of staring at. Scars wasn't sure. And as you know, at this level, you question yourself and you're going to be left second-guessing.
I could hear myself there. That was a bit cringe. Nothing worse than hearing yourself back as a caster.
Yeah.
Unless you're one of the best in the biz. Round 3 then. Clash in play. And it looks like OUTLAST are going to make this a contest, at least early on in the piece, which is good to see. ANTIC, especially after falling short, much like so many OCE teams have over the last 24 months, want to be a serious contest. There's blood in the water. And I think they want to be the ones at the forefront of the discussion of taking down Gaming Gladiators, not the Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean, triple hard bridge coming through from OUTLAST here. Tea Room Karaoke. We'll see if it pays dividends. The Clash brought, as you mentioned, from ANTIC, the only shield that you're going to get. Unless you go Fuse. You could go Fuse as well.
Yeah, maybe not. I mean, actually, you could probably cook something up tertiary site for like a barbecue kit, top floor control maybe.
So we'll see if there's a response from ANTIC going to very much the primary site for Skyscraper. OUTLAST, though, one thing early on, it's only 2 rounds, but they are getting these opening kills. You think about attacking into a map like this, and certainly having the extra numbers means you can play that trade game. They look like a team that wants to play rapidly. The response from Jay Canada is to maybe play into that. That's a free drone shot out, trying to come through in towards Exhibition. Lunchbox. Got to be careful. 0-2, but he's probably at the point where you've got to just back yourself in. You can't just now lose that confidence because you've had a bit of a rough start. Playing the Legion, though. He's over in towards Lounge at the moment. Pressure outside on the exterior. He wants to try and swing in towards Yentai, who's going to vault back over. Gets away. In the end, it's null and void on the engagement. Goes back onto the rappel. Credit to Lunchbox, though. He just does not feel overawed despite being 0-2 in the opening 2 rounds. He is seeking this contact. And now the slow walk back in. That's a headshot angle, but he overswings it, and Yentai is going to punish him. 0 from 3 if you're Lunchbox.
Yeah, hard to be critical of Box in that position. Yentai still had 2 logic bombs. If he loses that fight, that's a big value loss from OUTLAST, but he's able to win it out. So can't fault him on that. And that's now 3 entries in a row for OUTLAST.
Yeah, that is. Camera's hacked as well, courtesy of Yentai. Also, good map control. Now easier to enter. The drones can come through. 90 seconds, still plenty of time. Chef Jeff holding towards Drum. Maybe force back later on. Until then, though, he can hold close with the shotgun. Knowing full well that Outlast want to play fast. Oh, what is that angle found from Relays outside through the makeup wall? Chef Jeff caught napping. Didn't know his surroundings.
That's worth a question mark in chat. I reckon that one.
He had no idea that was either opened up or that had that kind of sightline out towards the exterior balcony. And suddenly, Antic falling apart on the defense on the most primary site on Skyscraper, TRM Karaoke. They haven't even had a look in. Sure, Scars have still got Geisha locked down. Hunter towards Makeup. They can play off each other, but there's 50 seconds. The pressure just keeps mounting. It's ruthless. 4 versus 1 as Hunter denies the flawless round. But I don't think he's going to be capable of denying the round entirely. Shot in the back and the feet, and Outlast will get too early. Attacking rounds here on Skyscraper.
I mean, I said on the initial map fly-through that this Curtain Raiser might be a bit underwhelming. If this match continues the way in which it is, I think it could set a very intriguing tone for the stage, which is looking to be
average box game day. I love it.
So exciting. The banter in chat's elite. I'm loving it.
I mean, look. When you're going to be playing that kind of aggression, you've got to start to get the wheels turning, and he's struggled. 0-3, 3 times he's tried to find the early pick on the defense to try and just make the round a little bit more claustrophobic for Outlast, and 3 times he's failed. And that just opens up the doorway for Outlast to then punish. So, great start. An amazing start. But they've lost Ned, so this will be called for a rehost in time. We will get it, and we will get a very short pause in the action. So 2-1 scoreline as we do get that sort of tech pause coming through. Rehost. You can see, for the side of Antic, though, not the ideal start. You're playing Skyscraper, you're on defense. It's been an intriguing match overall. Choosing to go barbecue first up in the opening round, they win it, a bit of a kind of scrappy sort of round. Then you lose the primary sites up above. It hasn't certainly been the kind of match that has gone to script.
No. You know what did go to script? Vinny on the pre-show. I think he did a phenomenal job.
I think he did. He's very handsome. I was saying to him before the broadcast, I said that, you can go very far in this industry. You actually know the game, unlike you. Also, we've peaked. We've peaked, right? So now it's time for someone else to take over.
I'm pretty sure me and Vinny have both played at the same number of international LAN events, which is 0. And
actually,
on that note,
we played actually very recently at NWC.
That doesn't count.
That doesn't count. All right, well, it looks like this might be a rehost that could certainly linger. No Jack and Guz podcast here. You can go on YouTube to find that one. For now, though, we will go to a break. When we come back, we will continue here. Skyscraper, it's stage 2, day 1 of Oceania League.
It's total calamity, total mayhem inside of the server. Out of nowhere, they find their round back into their favor.
Holding up for the blood, the wave!
And I think he might just find it!
Bom dia, Sao Paulo! You have waited 5 long years for Siege to come back to Brazil. Now, the Ginásio do Ibirapuera is the home to the Hammer as we get set to write the next chapter in ANTIC Esports history. This is the 6th Invitational 2024. Vamos para San Barullo! Virtus Pro versus W7M.
To tail can be told. They continue to push, they continue to seek, and they charge into the finals of Six Invitational 2024.
The grand final of the Six Invitational 2024 starts right now. Face Clan W7M. Vamos a ser Barunia!
And it's all falling apart for W7M once again. But it is happening for FaZe. One round away from cementing themselves as world champions. From 6-1 down.
Can W7M respond?
You wanted to fight him, and he finds you. So does he. Come, he made it. We cannot. We know we can't. Into red time. He can't finish it. He's no brother. Infinite overtime is upon us. And we get it. We get it. This is how legends are created. Is this the moment where we can crown a new champion, a new dynasty to be created? And yes, we will. Yes, we will. W7s, they cement themselves as one of the greatest of all time. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Oceania League. It's, of course, not the Oceania League without maybe some tech issues. 3 rounds in. I think that's a new record. Actually, maybe that's a lie. I feel like we've actually had, like, the beginning of a stage, match 1, and before we even got into the game, we had a tech issue.
Well, the servers were down about 30 minutes ago,
That is
so
true.
that counts. But we're good now.
Yeah.
I don't know what the actual cause of this particular rehost was, but it's good to be back.
Ned dropped lobby. How? Why? I don't know.
We did get a stat reset, which is a bit frustrating, but
Yeah, I always hate that.
Lunchbox is probably quite happy.
Lunchbox is like, guys, I'm not negative.
He's even now.
Not positive, though, either. Look, it's been a rough start for Antic in some ways. They did win, of course, the tertiary site. Since then, it's all gone quite horribly wrong for them. And OUTLAST have been able to get themselves a 2-1 lead to attacking rounds in Skyscraper. Would be an amazing start to the stage for them to knock off ANTIC ESPORTS, formerly Man LFO, always, you know, kind of seen as one of the top teams within the region.
So if you are just joining us, or you need a quick recap, the first 3 rounds, the entry was in favor of OUTLAST, and they're going to actually double down here in the 4th. They bring the Deimos into play, and they will combine that with the Dokkaebi, which will persist. And so we'll see if that actually aids them even further here and maybe tracking Aroma, at least pushing them off from this particular roam. Jake, a good example here over towards Geisha currently. Oh! Gets the sound cue on the breach and lands the perfect shot.
I don't know what to say.
Well, that's pretty bad. It is your job.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to move on. It was just too good from one Jake to another.
Who's taking inspiration? Did he take inspiration from you?
No, absolutely not. Yeah, I think he created his own inspiration from that, and it's a really good kill because it actually flips the script a little bit from 3 opening kills in a row for OUTLAST. Finally, Antic get one to go their way. Great usage of the electro sensor to sort of circumnavigate that drone. Just flicks, gets a headshot. That's an incredible kill. Deimos in action here. I think the first time we've seen it so far in the half. From Ned with the death mark now tracing and tracking Jay Kenner. Over towards Drum, and it's going to be a double push here. Oh, the swing from Jay Kenner spots him through the wall. The frag grenade, though, and he runs back into it.
Hello?
Well, at that point, you had to make a decision, probably swing the doorway and take the fight, or go die to the frag grenade. He chose the frag grenade.
Well, end result is a 4v4. Shield still standing Shrine. So this portion of the map is decently reinforced by the defense. We'll see how OUTLAST look to clear.
Welcome to OCE, where you can get one of the most incredible kills and then just die to a frag. Oh, pop up. There's another grenade thrown over towards that deployable shield. Fight out towards the exterior 1-for-1. ACOG gets the kill on the Scars, but then Lunchbox with a very quick trade. So 60 seconds, 3 versus 3. Once again, Deimos in action. Deathmark now placed on towards Lunchbox, who's 1-0 since the rehost. Relays back outside. Diffuser in hand with Ned. 50 seconds. Over towards Dragon now. The push is somewhat slow, but they are making headway, and they are slowly getting map control, along with, of course, the kills they've been able to find so far into Scars and Jay Kenner.
Yeah, a little bit one-dimensional, though. We'll see if there's a potential back-hit threat from the attack. Some lurk potential. Probably will have to be Relay Samurai window, but a challenging position sometimes to clear. 30 seconds, though, so they'll need to make their move.
Needed that from Ned. Big kill, though, for the defense of Antic. Chef also winning his 1v1. In fact, Hunter then doubles down to the end. Swings over towards VIP, single wall. Easy kill, easy job done on Office and Exhibition for Antic. So a slight tech pause into the rehost, into a little break, and Antic come out better on the other side. 2-2, 2 rounds to go in the half.
2 rounds, though, for OUTLAST. Still very decent, very respectable scoreline, especially as they are not the favorites in this match. Attacking into Skyscraper can be very tough, and the rounds of which they've lost, some of those issues, especially late round, have been exacerbated. Good example there, 3 versus 3, lack of lurk pressure, and all those strongholds were difficult to break down. Here's a recap of the beginning of the round. Jake has a read over towards Geish, lands that shot, and then falls back into the frag grenade. OUTLAST taking good control of that portion of the map, but it was just that final hurdle proving to be too much of a challenge to break down.
Yeah, in the end, actually, I felt like all of that fighting early on for OUTLAST, while it ended up being fine 3v3, they never really made headway towards site. Office Exhibition, you know, typically if you can put the pressure in towards Office and open things up and get that wall quite vulnerable, then you can certainly get a lot more sightline in towards something. In the end, it was just really direct through Dragon, VIP. They didn't have a whole lot.
5 seconds left before insertion.
2-2. Good response from Antic. A much better round from them because they've looked a little bit shaky on the defense. That was also the first round in which they themselves got the opening kill. Surprise, surprise. It did flow a little bit better for them. We'll see now the response from OUTLAST as we head over to Tea Room and Karaoke. Primary site, last time out, it was won very comprehensively by OUTLAST Gaming.
So with the double shield ban, not only does the Dokkaebi sneak through, and OUTLAST have been using that frequently, the Ying also can make an appearance, and we'll see it here round 5. Bait onto the Bandit. No one holding line of sight, though. Could have had a player on Repel and potentially netted a free pick. Hunter, though, able to get away with his life, expands the Nitro. Doesn't find value, though.
Yeah, so you lose the wall, you lose the Nitro, you lose position. So it's lose, lose, lose there for Antic. Nicely done from Outlast. They did it also in a timely manner, didn't lose anyone. Now they can go back to kind of droning out, put pressure on elsewhere. It's actually a Vulcan shield, Vulcan canister as well.
Vulcan shield. It feels like we're back in 2021 for OCE, and you certainly are.
I tell you what, it's been some time since those shields. Vulcan canister. Was blown up pretty early on. Should we bring back the Vulcan shield?
No. Oh, we've already got...
Oh, push upstairs. Ned loses his life to Jake Ken. A little flank from Lobby, and that is nicely executed. Antic 2 rounds in a row have been able to find these opening kills, putting more pressure back onto Outlast, but Relays, clean shot, in through Drum. I think I said it right the first time. I don't know. I'm getting old here. 4v4 though, 90 seconds left, and it's certainly, since the rehost, looking a little bit more even between the two teams.
When you talk about shields, tomorrow we'll have 2 shields you can move around and play. So we'll see how that works. Obviously, Scopos coming to the new patch. But focusing in here, round 5, the final portion of said round. 70 seconds on the clock. Relays with a lurk position. Drum double down with Bailey. Antic not exposing themselves, and that's where they've really thrived in the late round. And also a flank opportunity here for Jake Kenner, but he has been spotted.
Yeah, still over towards Dragon. I wonder, there's enough time. Do they go hunting to try and get the pinch on him, deal with him, get the player advantage, then hit towards site? Under 50 seconds. Jake Kenner doing a good job in terms of stalling out time. If he can get at least one more kill here, it's a huge win from him in the round, having already acquired 1. They're clearly worried about him on that flank. They've lost 2 in quick succession. Oh, and Relay's not anticipating that Jake Kenner was still holding the close angle in Dragon, maybe anticipating he'd fallen back to site. Really well worked from Antic. Well, post-rehost, they've definitely flipped a switch.
Yeah, it's late round diff. These key power positions, they're finding them challenging to clear. You then throw the Roma of Jake Kenner into the mix. And it's a difficult situation you find yourself in as the attacking unit, right? Do you try and hunt him down? Do you try and actually draw other defenders out to support him? A little bit of both ultimately ended up happening, but the clear just wasn't quite good enough. They lost picks elsewhere. That meant that Jake Kenner could further commit to the lurk, as shown here. And so it really did fall apart in the last portion of the round after what was a pretty standard start for them. So how the final round of the half then goes, round 6. And we're going to see every single objective played in the half as we head to bedroom for the final defensive round here, hopefully for the sake of Antic.
Is 2 enough for Outlast on the attack of Skyscraper, or do you think Antic, in terms of their experience, will be able to replicate that, maybe even go 1 better on the attack themselves?
I think you'd be greedy if you Outlast and expected more than 2 at halftime. So I think it's a case of work with what you've got, and there's still an opportunity here on the tertiary to even the scoreline. So I wouldn't be thinking too much about the second half just yet. They find themselves in a decent position. And again, the dynamic flips quite a bit in that second half, so who knows what they've got to offer defensively.
So final opportunity for Outlast to find the 3rd attacking round. I mentioned before the fact that when we had that clash, there was another shield operator that you could bring, despite the Montang and Blitz being banned out. It is the Fuse.
And it is one of those vert sites, as Zaffa mentioned, right? I highlighted Barbecue as the example, but a bedroom attack and another good position to potentially use the Fuse. This is a really aggressive position in Terrace.
This is really aggressive from Yantai if he does want to try and get through this doorway as soon as possible to go for a bit more of an offensive hit from Outlast. Not sure exactly what was spoken about for Antic, but from the rehost, they look more like themselves. Opening rounds, Outlast definitely got the better of them. Okay, this is interesting. Clear close right, maybe force a player to run through the doorway, but the Zoto canister does deny. Yantai does want to go for that walk through. He does have someone covering him. That was Bailey, who did get the kill on Scar. Despite losing the Fuse, though, 1 for 1. Candela's going in early from Ned. He's got no more remaining. So that's a lot of utility that has been expended now for Outlast. With still 1:40 left in the round, but Relays pushes through Dragon. Unannounced, unknown, and does get the kill onto Chef Jeff. Shot from a distance, and ACOG wins out. Battle through Drum. He knows 1 is in Drum, so there's only 1 on site at minimum. Outlast have got a lot of information here. Hunter not even playing site. He's down below.
Yeah, maybe an opportunity to flood the objective. But Jake Kenner has already dropped in towards delivery, so that opportunity that window, although very small, is probably already passed. But they can reset, they can slow down the pacing.
Spotted him, surely. Relays. No, he didn't.
Oh, no, I think he did. I
don't think he spotted Jake Kenner in reception. Headshot angle certainly was there momentarily for Hunter, playing in towards lobby. Jake Kenner still roaming around reception, trying to deny them from below here. Sight is below, but you do still need to make sure you put some pressure up above. Otherwise, it's free vert. 50 seconds left. Outlast have got a 3v2, and they somewhat do have an idea where these last two are remaining.
I mean, Jake Kenner's still reception. They can drop sight and plant deep bathroom. These positions are not particularly great for the defense.
They should know that sight is pretty vulnerable right now. I mean, Hunter's pushing out towards the exterior, trying to find a kill here, out onto ACOG. Gemini dealt with. Where's the trade? It had to be a little bit quicker, and in the end, ACOG loses out. I mean, they're just playing off-site positions. Only just now, Jake Kenner's made his way back over towards bathroom. Hunter loses his life. So it's down to Jake Kenner on the vigil in a 1v2, spotted behind the bomb chassis just now. Knows they're in sight, knows that Relays is going for the plan. The Boss G's too good. 1v1 with Ned. 4 seconds left, and he pushes in. Jake Kenner's just too good. Strange final attack there from Outlast. The late round executions proving to be a difference point here in this matchup in the opening half. 3-3. That was honestly a throw.
That's just one of those moments. If you're one of the dead Outlast players and you're watching that, you're internally cringing. They had the Dockerby hack onto the Maestro camera bathroom. They knew exactly where Jake Kenner was, right here. That camera is hacked. ACOG is literally watching it, flicking it. You can see, bottom of screen. Yet they didn't react appropriately. And the only reason Jake Kenner was allowed in towards bathroom is because they fiddled around for so long gathering info.
They're stuck in reception for like half the round.
Even though they, I think, pretty confidently knew where they both were. They lacked the confidence to go for that final part of the push. And that probably highlighting some of the other rounds prior to that where the late round was weak.
You've got and they are not even on site.
Yeah.
Strange ending to that round and to that half.
That round
2-4, sorry.
It highlights experience. It highlights experience difference.
Yeah.
The only reason I think we're being maybe a little bit harsh on Outlast is because they again made it to the grand final of Rivals, right? So they don't come in as a complete Goliath.
That's true.
A complete David v Goliath in this matchup, right? They're still expected to be competitive, and a 2-4 half I think reflects that.
Yeah, so 2-4 in favor of Antic. Now, part of the calls typically when we kind of talk about, you know, skyscraper defense, yada yada yada. But I think Antic are more than good enough in terms of the veteranship that they, you know, possess as a team. I'm going to say we're in the driver's seat now. How else they're going to have to be very clinical and clean on defense, make sure that they don't make mistakes. Antic just seem like they've also got the superior clutch ability when you kind of look at guys like Jay Kenner, even somewhat Chef Jeff. Hunter has proven to become a bit of a fragger. They've got players that you could maybe trust in that crunch. It's a 1v2. It's Jay Kenner who's the one. I'm almost backing him in there against players who are maybe less experienced. And in the end, they showed that with essentially a double 1v1 push through the doorway. Like there wasn't a lot of time, but that was because they were fiddling around earlier. So either way, into the second half now, we see what Antic can do on the attack straight away towards Geisha Balk. Open up makeup. There's no contest. Free as you like. And they've also already got vision in towards Geisha. Canister blown up early. This is a pretty good start for Antic.
ACOG though gets the first.
Okay. Oh, full white. Oh, they find a second one as well. The swing is a little bit late because of that flash, but in the end, it's successful. Lunchbox with 3! Okay.
4?
Post-rehost, Lunchbox is on another level. 6-1 after an 0-3 start. And makes it a 3v2 now in favor for Antic.
He almost got the 4th. Relays 42 HP.
Oh my god, what?
I think...
Why was that swing? I mean, Yentai is so quick with the timing that at least for Relays he was only down. It's technically a quad. He was downed by Lunchbox, finished off by Chef Jeff. So 4 kills in the round for Lunchbox, and it comes down to a 1v2 for Yentai. Stuck over towards T-Room. And there's drones. You've got 4 drones here, and a minute 20. This is where you got to take your time, go into the drone game, scout him out, figure out where he's playing. Don't need a dry peek down the hallway, for example.
This is where we should see that experience difference shine,
he's
but
down.
Chef falls.
Nitrocell. Oh, Scars on the other end of the hallway. Well, I think at this point, the entire now is... Oh, wait, he killed him.
They traded. You're kidding me. Outlast win the round. I thought we would see that experience difference shine through, but Antic feed 2 different 1v1s. Deployable shield offers value, and Outlast just win the round.
What?
That was... When Fresh says this is the most entertaining league in the world, but the quality of the siege can sometimes be average, I think that round probably encapsulates that.
I wasn't expecting him to actually swing the hallway again at the end. But to his credit, he actually just one-taps him with the headshot.
What about this play, though?
Yeah, this was great from Lunchbox, though. Absolutely. He started really slow. We certainly called him out a little bit in those opening engagements. Yeah, there's the headshot immediately from Yentire.
Wow.
Honestly, from that actual POV, it doesn't even look like he hit him.
No.
So, anyway, 3-4.
And that's
strange round. That felt like an Antic round all the way through.
Well, that's now 2 rounds in this matchup where it's gone down to a 1v1 and Outlast have been the team to just win it out, right?
Well, I mean, the last round of the opening half and the 1v2, Jake Kenner clutched.
But the kitchen round, the opening round.
Yeah. So, I think more than anything, what it's kind of highlighted in this game so far, there's not a lot separating these two teams. It's coming down to this kind of scrappiness, 1v2s, 1v1s, 2v2s. We're not seeing a lot of like sort of clinical rounds where a team just aces and they look super clean. It's been a good one to watch, a good one to open up the stage. Big turnaround from Lunchbox. You know, I think a lot of times in this region as well, players can sometimes start a little slow and then they kind of let that get to them and then they end up typically having a poor game.
Oh, Antic won that first round, not Outlast. So my apologies.
Yeah.
So they've traded 1v1s.
Yeah. But Lunchbox, to his credit, after 0-3 on early fight contact engagements, he's now turned it around. That was a huge round. He looks a lot better post-rehost. You know, still a young player, learning his craft. 7-2 now. Jake Kenner, we know what we kind of expect from him. Been a good game, and you know, for players wanting to make a name for themselves, new to the, you know, Pro League, outside of like Rivals, for example, the likes of ACOG, Relays, Yentire, they're having good games. Yentire gets the opening kill onto Jake Kenner. There was a head that pop, what a shot!
You're not meant to win that!
What? I thought he was dead to rights because of the Glaz smoke combo. Tell you what, Yentire certainly making a name for himself in the last couple of moments of this matchup, and suddenly now Antic on the back foot, down 2 players. This is where you just go back play site though if you Outlast. You don't need to keep peeking, running
feed
around.
ones.
Yeah, don't feed ones. Play your shields, play your angles. This is fine from Ned. Yep, falls back, Kawan Hive launcher.
Well, Box has 1 Summer. That is the only explosive they have left to do with that shield. Now, they can Hive Launcher it once more to force that player back, but they can't actually clear it unless they use the Summer.
It's a lot of respect, actually, for just the Bees, which, while ping your information, if you're still playing behind the shield, that's a little creep. How was Relays winning that? That's just a dry creep forward, feeling the aggression. Probably going to find that kill onto him, and yeah, flawless. As I was kind of saying, coming into this round, we haven't really seen a super clinical round from one of these two teams. Well, there it is. Great start from Yentire. He really set the tone early on in that round. Double kill. Second one he probably shouldn't have got, and we'll get it here on the replay. But so this is from his perspective. Yeah, I mean,
that's just really good game sense. I thought there was maybe a world in which the smoke was misplaced a little bit and he could see it.
That's just him understanding that that's getting opened up and there's someone watching it. They've got information on the Glaz. That's just really good game sense and gets rewarded. We go to bedroom and bathroom now for this 9th round. 4-4 on the scoreline. Outlast, good start on their defense.
I mean, I don't want to be too kind to him early on, but that is pretty good observing as well. Obviously, we've got the Sky Nut duo this evening, I believe. Yeah, and the boys trying to track all the action here on Skyscraper, which can be difficult at the best of times. So shout out to them, of course. Round 9 we go, though, bedroom. And both teams really not afraid to shy away from these tertiary objectives.
So the response now for Antic has to come through. You lost 2 rounds in a row. You're losing a lot of these gun battles. You know, guys like Yentire and Relays kind of doing whatever they want. I mean, Bailey's 1-4, and he's the known name in this region, Pro League level, etc. So he hasn't even really got going. Solus once again going to be utilized, this time by Ned. Saw it in the opening half from Jay Kenner, who played it really nicely. So double hard bridge with the Maverick and the Ace. Bit of soft bridge potential. The Bark, the Ash to a degree, Dockerby.
I've just pulled up ANTIC ESPORTS OCE on the old X/Twitter. I hadn't seen this quote pre-game. Chef Jeff, too much ego. The boys need to focus on gameplay.
They're talking about Antic.
Antic to Outlast. It's a picture of Chef Jeff next to that quote.
Too much ego. The boys need to focus on gameplay.
Well, I think they're focusing at the moment because for 4-4 into further defenses here on Skyscraper is pretty solid.
Is it ego or is it confidence? That's the thing. Depends on what side of the coin you're on.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I have that internal debate about yourself all the time. Is it ego? Is it confidence?
That's definitely confidence.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of both.
Well, opening kill for Hunter. Yensai does not win the battle that time around against the Maverick, and Bailey does actually get a kill back onto Jay Kenner anyway, keeping it at an even numbers advantage for neither team, 4v4. That's fine. A little bit of pressure onto that office wall, but it is bedroom bathroom. Of course, you do want to keep the pressure up above as much as possible. Chef Jeff, 1 and 5. Well, he's certainly being kept in check this game. Relays now goes to 7. And I tell you what, Outlast have, to me, got the momentum right now, and he could be on for another kill here from this POV. We can see you come around that corner. I think Relays will be definitely looking for an 8th kill. Oh, Hunter doesn't take a lot of damage there. Love the fallback immediately, though. He doesn't want to overstay his welcome. Bit of damage, good information, fall back. You know where one is.
Yeah, 3-1 split from the defense currently. 3 up above and just Bailey down below in bathroom. So Antic will be pretty eager to clear this.
Have they got someone else watching towards the doorway? There's a lot of time here, 60 seconds, but it is Antic that are going to have to make these moves. Oh, what a peek from Scars! I'm not too sure if he had the intel or if that was just game sense from his part. We don't quite know. Relays was in a great position to try and find another kill in office. 3v3, 50 seconds. This is going to be another scrappy round, guys.
Yeah, for sure. Need to hold down the line. Bad timing. 1 and 4.
He doesn't know he's that close. He doesn't know he's crossed in towards VIP here. Oh, now he does know.
Play time.
Stuck in towards Dragon. He peeks. You can just play the time, like you said. Hold the position. Maybe get reinforcements. Instead, he peeks right side. Already plays in there. The pressure mounting. Top floor control now for Antic has been established. You've still got the buck. Oh, huge nitrous shot from Bailey. 2 kills in the round. 2v2 once again.
You got drone, though. Not enough shots land, however, 10 seconds.
Oh, lovely peek from ACOG. There's not much else that you can really do, Scars. The drop down unsuccessful. They ran out of time, ran out of players. Smiles on the face of Bailey and co. A 3rd round in a row for Outlast Gaming going into the 10th round. They've certainly got all the momentum.
I think we're cooking this stage. I think we're cooking. Outlast are really impressing at the moment. Big round as well with the tertiary knocked off. That gives them a big boost to...
He must have droned that. I saw the yellow ping at the end on the replay.
I mean, it's wind in the sails now. Outlast could genuinely just walk away with this match, and Antic are going to be stranded on 4 rounds. It's not going to be too surprising.
The unpeak there from Lunchbox costing him. Yeah, I mean, look, it took a rehost for Antic to kind of get things rolling. When we kind of go back, at that point, it was 2-1 in favor of Outlast. They were looking great. We had the rehost, had a bit of time. Antic then come back, win 3 in a row, and now the response from Outlast on their own defense has been great. And they win a tertiary side as well. Bedroom, bathroom, not one of the key pillars of Skyscraper defense. Where is that, though? Tea room, karaoke. That's where we head now for this 10th round. An opportunity for Outlast to actually get themselves onto match point, go up 6-4, looming. Huge round to be won. And a change up now for Antic. They go the Zero, they go the Capital, they go the Dockerby. Will it work out for them?
And going back to the discussion we were having early on in the piece, the entry has been very important in this matchup. Nearly every single round, the team that has won that entry battle has gone on to close out the round. Such is the nature of Skyscraper. So keep that in mind here for the 10th round. Antic will be looking to sharpen up the early portion of this round. They have the Dockerby for map clear. Zero as well, interestingly enough, should offer information and maybe flank watch potential alongside Nomad as well, suggesting that they're going to look to chip away at as much map control as quickly as they possibly can.
Double entry in towards Samurai as VIP single wall gets opened up. They are clearing pretty nicely over towards Office and Exhibition. Antic Logic Bomb just to make sure they can feel a little bit safer as they make their way in. Relays holding towards Drum, hoping to kill for Chef Jeff, being a little bit quiet. 2nd kill found for him in the game, or at least since the rehost. Bailey losing his life after a much improved round in the 9th round. Such a difficult position to play here when you've got to watch through makeup, when you've got to watch the other side of Drum as well, in towards Lounge. Relays knows this is a tricky position. Does still have the shield though, so he can look in for now. Drone comes through. Certainly position known. 90 seconds has been able to delay time. As soon as there is pressure on that shield though, you've got to fall back play side.
Yeah, as the attack, it's about pushing it from multiple positions at the same time and not feeding ones.
Why are you peeking that Hunter? The shield's still up. You know he's watching it. You just droned it and you go for the peek.
And there was no follow-up.
If there was someone at the doorway maybe looking for said follow-up, like you said, I could maybe understand. It doesn't come through those 60 seconds, 4v3. And they lose another. Yantai having a great game. So is Relays. Box, I don't know where he's going. But this round, we know where it's going. The way of Outlast. A 6th round will be put on the board. Match point will be theirs. Antic on the back foot. Nothing that Jake Hanna could do. All his experience isn't going to help him there in that round. This is a huge statement from Outlast to open up the playdate, to open up the stage. And a timeout has been called for Antic.
Yeah, quite late into the piece. I thought perhaps after the loss on Tertiary in the round prior, they may have called it. Because as I mentioned, it was a big wind in the sails moment for Outlast. It's now just bunkering down on the primary sites, playing solid siege. And that's exactly what they've been able to do. Chef gets the entry pick. And as I mentioned, entry has been really important in this matchup. But unfortunately, the follow-up over towards the likes of Drum.
Thank you.
Just not quite good enough. Dry Peak Hunter, no follow-up. 2 players still deep on the other side of the map. The synchronization from Antic through the middle half of the map is not quite there. And Skyscraper exposes that big time.
Double digits for Relays. I gotta say, he's been the most impressive inside of the server for me. You know, we've seen these guys over in Rivals. They're not totally new, but Pro League's different, guys. It's been a while since Stage 1. So for a lot of the international audience, new names here within Oceania. And for myself, I kind of want to look at this as a fresh slate. Rivals is, you know, a third-party tournament, etc. A good opportunity for them to maybe get their feet wet a little bit. But now as you come into Pro League, the stakes raise. And they aren't shy of that. In fact, if anything, they look like they actually want these moments. Relays, double digits. Yantai has had some great moments. There's a lot of potential on a roster like this. And, you know, you always kind of look at, like, the changing of the guards. It can be 2 ways you look at it, pessimistic or optimistic. The pessimism kind of says, oh, a lot of these top players are maybe leaving the game, retiring or whatever, but the optimism says, we've got the fresh blood coming through. The 18-year-old gunners. I mean, I think James said...
2006.
What did James say on the desk? The 2006s, the fresh 18-year-olds, as he liked to put it. I'm just quoting James Dev Martyr Stewart, but that is the optimistic side of it, is you get these young gunners to come through, make their own mark, and so far we're seeing that. Relays, Yantai, great to start. Can they close out, though? That's the different question. 2 rounds to do it. On defense, it's theirs to take now.
I have full faith. It's just, again, do they have the ability to close? And what we mean by that is, do the jitters become overwhelming in this situation? Do they look at the scoreboard, start to get nervous, start to double doubt themselves or you know, question themselves and make mistakes because of that scoreboard pressure? Now, equally, that can go to the side of Antic as well. If they don't double down their efforts and focus here and also get distracted by the scoreline, we could see this match really begin to spiral out of control if it hasn't already. So, round 11 quite telling. It is primary site once more.
The benefits of winning the tertiary site, bedroom, bathroom, when they did, how they did.
Yep, it was a big round. Again, for me, it's about this mid-map clear. For the most part, Antic are doing a good job at establishing the first half of the map on the clear. It's that middle portion of the map where they're going to encounter the likes of the Clash. They might have to enter an engagement with Yantai Drum. He's looked really solid there. So let's see how Antic and their problem-solving skills try to dissect this.
Bomb located by attackers.
Yeah, not much the Clash can do about that. Roteri comes through. Box playing Flores. Drone at the doorway. Once again, though, Ned watching for an exterior push. Oh, he had such a primed opportunity. Well, certainly now that position known. And known that it's being watched. That's an opportunity that's gone begging potentially for Outlast to get the opening kill of the round.
Against the Blackbeard, tough fight, but a potential opportunity. Now for Outlast, it's just about falling back slowly, not giving away anything for free. The Clash providing good value. There's still a second deployable shield in Drum.
There's only 1 Rotera left, though. We've still got a minute 20.
Yep. Long line of sight here available to Scars.
Hunter's dead. That's a good pickup from Ned. Yantai does fall, though. One hive launcher being executed. Oh, shot over the shoulder, though. Past the Clash and into the head of Ned. Advantage for Antic now. 4v3. Close angle, though. Prone. Relays. Has been so good. Could he make a name for himself here to begin the stage? Flashbang in. Hides behind the desk. Still with the Clash, though. A lot of information being provided by Bailey. Can he play off it, though? time, also something that you can consider. If you can continue to delay with the clash, it's going to work out for Outlast.
Yeah, Outlast being mindful of the lurk potential. Clash now forced back. ACOG needs to cover.
Yeah, Relay's losing his life. ACOG gets one back though. Still 35 seconds. The clash not going to prove to be all that offensive though with the shield up. So a lot to do for ACOG. Oh, I'll take it all back. Bailey pulls out the SMG and he gets the kill onto Chef Jeff. Now becomes a 2v2 with little time remaining. Jay Kenner being low on health as well. Shot through the soft wall. ACOG with a chance, but he can't find the down. 15 seconds playing behind the clash. He gets the kill onto Jay Kenner. Not a lot that Lunchbox can do. He's getting cooked up here by the clash. Electrified. Shot through the wall for Lunchbox. The guard break. The shot under the toes. 3 seconds. Just hide Bailey and run away. It's all for Outlast to be won. 7-4. Hand on head for Chef Jeff, and Antic will fall to begin the stage.
Are you serious? The double shield break, and he doesn't get the kill?